Okay, YouTube, first video. Oh, here she is. 1972 Camaro Sport Coupe V8 350. Pretty much had two owners. The original owner left it abandoned in the garage, and then the nephews took over, and then some of I believe it was his neighbor who had bought it because the kids were in trouble financially or something or other. It's an all Utah car, original Utah car. Still remains a Utah car. I'm in Utah. Sorry about all the noise. My neighbor across the street, professional soccer player, Devin Zimmerman, is cutting his lawn today. You can barely see him moving around. Just focus on this car. But anyways, everything's solid. I'm finding a lot of a little bit of rust, you know, around here in the area. But other than that, I'm pretty pleased at it. We're gonna start tearing it down for media blasting here. It goes in on Monday, which today is Thursday, the 9th of August. We're pushing for the build on this and we're gonna try to get to go quickly here. So interior is pretty much all tore apart, all on it. It's not the original bucket seats. They actually found these, and they were out of, I do believe they said, a Chevelle. They're not original, so I will be looking. I'll probably be going with the Recaro Racing with an adjustable lumbar. And just because I have an extremely bad back, I actually have a spinal disorder called ankylosing spondylitis, which is causing my spine to fuse. So this is a kind of an urgent project to get done. No headliner. As we are planning on racing the Gumball in this car in 2 years. So I've got a lot of work to do. Rocker panels are pretty solid. I mean, there's not the rust, being Utah, being a nice dry state. I mean, I'm not finding a lot. Even the toe-tailed signs I was looking at too by Russ with Double R Restorations. You know, he said look in the valleys for the windows and you'll see some incredible amounts of rust in a lot of them where they used to leak. Well, I pulled a piece of chrome off last night. As you can see, it was original vinyl top. Got little studs. I will not be putting those back on. It will not go back to the vinyl top. My worst rust is right here. It's right here in the whole thing. It's solid. So I haven't got the window out to look any further. And the trunk and the trunk bay, solid. You can still see if I can focus here. Here we go. The factory coating is still in there with the little beaded dots. There's no Total GLM spray coating. That it's still there and it's solid all the way through. Just a little dirty, but that is through and through, all the way through the inside. That's just sunlight you see coming through from the hinges. You can see I can reach in there. I don't have Go-Go Gadget stretch arms, but it goes in there. Got some of the headlight bezels. It is missing quite a few parts. There's a piece of steel here, you know. I do have the replacement piece right here. That's for along here. This is the worst part. They parked this car in a carport and the back end hung out. So the bumper is pretty much trashed. I just left it behind. I didn't want it. And I got to replace this, but I have the piece right down here. But I may need to cut out a little bit more. Depends on how deep that is. So we'll find out here shortly when it comes back from media blasting. There's some rust right here. They tried to fill it with Bondo. We'll cut that out. It looks like we can, I don't know again, but again, looks like I can cut it and just get the bottom pieces there on a couple of sides. Doors are still solid. Car rocks when you move the doors, so it's actually good. Floor pans are solid. They got all the coating on it, no holes through it. They hung clutch pedals. It's an automatic originally. They hung clutch pedals to try to make a 3-speed. I'm going back to an automatic because I can't drive stick anymore because of my back. A little bit better view. I'm gonna get all this stuff pulled out. like I said, it goes to Media Blaster soon. And then there's no engine inside it, but see if I can climb up here in my trailer without breaking my windshield here. Pretty much, damn it, all new in there. Great shape. We'll be changing this over to, I'm not sure if I'm with Detroit Speed or with an IFS, or if I'm going to go with a Heights IFS. Definitely going to go with a 4-point rear link on it. The plan is, turn around so you see me here. The plan is to make this car a tribute car for the for me the Z28 RS. I don't have that car. I don't own that car. Will never claim to own the car. I own a Sport Coupe. I'm gonna do my best I can to restore that car to a Z28 RS as best I can. Here's going to be the heartbeat to this thing. So the original engine can't be found, long gone. What I have here is a 454. We're going to take it to a 496. If we can't do it and do it safely, I'm going to put a fuel injection on it, but if I can't take it to a 496 safely, I will end up going with an LS setup, either an LSX supercharged, or I will go with a just an LS 427 with a cam and just running real nice. The cars are fairly light. It's a 72, so it's the 8th year that that car wasn't made, that was made least amount of. Late 90s, early 2000, before they stopped the production, were the least amounts of years for it. They just so happened because of a huge strike in the UAW at the Norwood plant in Ohio, which was the only plant in 1972 producing the Camaro. They only ran this line for 6 months. After the 6 months, it was done. So anyhow, that's where we're at there. Transmission that came with it, it will go for sale. I'm on a 5th speed, and I want an overdrive automatic. Here's a 400 turbo that this was going to go with that. Sorry, it's on the trailer. Works out good. Here's the amazing thing. I have a new windshield for this car. Factory windshield. Me being background in electrical engineering for the government, I did an ohm check, and believe it or not, the original windshield, the antenna, which is in the windshield, you can barely make it out here. Comes up and comes across. That's the original antenna. I got good numbers on it, so it's still good. I'll make a couple repairs down below to stiffen it up down in this area. Other than that, it's good to go. First video is a short video. Don't know how to edit yet. Still want to learn how to do it. I'm sure we'll get all kinds of nasty feedback. But I just want to give a shout out to a couple of guys out there that's really, really helped me out. It's inspired me to do this and to make this build. And turn it back around here. The first one is Double R Garage. Russ, I thank you a lot. Without you, I can't do it. There's a few others out there whose names are breaking my mind, but Russ, I've been talking to you a lot lately, and yours is the one that you really have inspired me to do this, me and my family. Here's the garage in which it'll be done. This is inside my garage. It's kind of a total mess right now. I'm not fortunate to have an extra shop. I just got an extra large 3-car garage. Been getting it painted. I'm gonna put a loft up here. I got 14-foot ceilings here. So I will end up putting a loft in the back there to span the back, all the parts for storage and that, what have you. Moving my garage door opener to the ceiling. It'll end up moving all the way up to where I have more clearance, and I'm putting in a hoist. We'll be able to go in. There'll be a 2-post hoist going on, and going from there. So yeah, this is my messy garage right now, and I even got construction out back happening to get a shed built, so I can, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of dirt work going on. Let me walk around all my mess here. Well, I'm put a shed out back to to put all my lawn stuff in and what have you, stuff I'm not using. Get that done. And this is wanted a walkout basement to change up, so I indulged and got a contractor here. We got that done, and now we just gotta get the stairs put in and the wall, retaining wall, and the shed's gonna go right there. So that's it for now. I thank you for everything. Again, thanks. First video. I don't know what to do, how to do this. I'm gonna have actually a 10-year-old. My 10-year-old daughter is gonna be doing my editing. She's pretty amazing. It's pretty sad that, you know, a 10-year-old little girl knows a whole lot more about this stuff than a 46-year-old man. Thanks so much. Bye.